we're talking about a crucial step for a professional, long-lasting Bodaq interior film installation, our Bodaq Primer. I actually really love our Bodaq Primer. It's one of the things that does set us apart. Most other primers are really designed for the edges. Our primer is able to actually go on the whole surface. We're able to use a roller, put it on a wall, a big piece of MDF. It seals the surface as well as prepares it, increases the adhesion capacity of the surface. A lot of times we're dealing with surfaces, we don't know what type of paint was maybe on that surface ahead of time. And so usually you'd have to do all these tests to make sure that there wasn't a VOC-free paint in there that had some component that reduces adhesion. With this, we can just go over the whole wall. I call it dummy proofing. It just takes the guesswork out of really what we're doing. And so this often I find on our projects, especially with newer installers, can be a lifesaver. Now when we go to use it, the nice thing about this is it's water-based. You don't have to worry about odors. So when we're dealing in healthcare or hospitality situations like hotels, the guests aren't going to be bothered by the really rank smell of some of the other primers and stuff. The stuff smells really clean. It goes on really easily. It takes about 1-2 hours to dry at the most, but that's pretty rare. When we're doing a drywall application with this, we mix it 50-50 with water. We've got 30 milliliters. And so I'll just top it up to 60 and then I'll mix it. Then we're gonna pour it into the container. We'll either use our roller or a brush, depending on what we're applying it to. Because we're gonna apply it on MDF today, instead of the 50-50 mix that we would use on drywall in most applications, MDF, as a porous surface, really draws in the water. So we actually want to add more primer to it. So we'd add 70% primer to 30% water. So I'll just go ahead. Give that a mix. So for the MDF panel, again, I've mixed it 70% primer, 30% water. Nice and easy for these big surfaces. Wanting to make sure that you're really kind of getting into these corners and stuff. A little bit of primer goes a long way, as you can see. Wanting to just work it to eliminate any bubbling, any spots where it looks like it might be too thick. Again, it dries really hard. So if there's a bubble or if there's like a puddle or anything that you can tell it's not going to dry super consistently, it will affect the final result. It will dry with a hard lump or something like that. Again, it does its job really well. It looks really thin. It is really thin, but any thick layer on there is really going to leave a ridge. So, and then when we go to apply on these edges, I like to use the brush and then just go around the entire surface. Wait about an hour is usually the recommended time. Check, touch it. If it's tacky, you're good. If it needs a little longer to dry, let it dry a little longer. And then you're good to wrap.